Let's talk about relationships in this video. Not the personal ones, but between models, between data. So until now we got one model, our nice action model. Now imagine we want to create a log to see how often someone waves and smiles and so on. And then we want to output this log here. Now to have such a log we need an additional model, a log model. And this will be related to our nice action because it will store nice action executions. So back to our workspace, we will need a new migration for this or a new model. So let's create one with PHP artisan make model, and I will call it nice action log. And don't forget the -m to create the migration. So open our migration here. Oh, here it is. It created the table nice action logs for us. It will only have an integer with the name of nice action ID. That's all. Because it will only store whenever we click on a nice action, this will be written into this log here. Now obviously there would be other ways to implement such a counter, but that's a cool way of getting a first glimpse at relations. So we get this nice action ID here. And we got our nice action log model here. Now we need to write something here. We need to define our relation to nice action. And we do this by creating a method, which is called public function. And now the convention is to use nice actions as a name. And this function will return something. It will return this. And now comes another Laravel model specific method belongs to app nice action. So I think that's pretty easy to understand. We're now saying, okay, this model belongs to app nice action. That's because we will have a one-to-many relation. Our nice action log will always only have one entry per nice action execution. But a nice action might have many entries. In our nice action model, we'll be implementing the opposite. Public function, let's call it logged actions, will be return this has many app nice action log. So now we got a one-to-many relation. In Laravel, all kinds of relations are supported, including many-to-many and so on. We will come to those. Now we got this relation set up. And now we want to write something to our log when an action gets executed, which is the case here in our getNiceAction function. So whenever an action gets executed, we will create a new log entry. So a nice action log, so to say. New nice action log. And don't forget, we need to specify it up here too. Nice action log. Now to work with this, we also need to identify which nice action was executed. And by identify, I mean fetch it from the database. So we will have our nice action, which is just nice action, our model. And now we had the all method up here. Now we're using the where method to find a specific entry. And we're looking for the name in quotations. This is the database field name. And then the condition, which is just action. Now in this case, it's a equal condition. We're looking for the name, which is action. Now if we were looking for, let's say this were numbers here, if we were in a niceness column and we wanted to find all greater than 6, we would need to add another argument here, which would be the type of comparison. Also in quotation marks, we would then have to provide a greater than or an equal than sign. But in this case, we're good to go, even though we could provide an equal sign. So this will almost give us the action. We have to add one more thing. We want the first one we find, because we know there will only be one from the future on, at least, since we added that validation. And therefore, we only want one. If we had a query where we will expect and want several results, we would have to use get here, which returns more than just one. But first, it's good if we only have one, because we can then directly access it. If we had several, we would have to loop through them or something like this. Now we got our nice action, and we know that we have to create a new logged action. Now we're not going to fetch the ID of the nice action by hand and then enter it into the nice action log table, but instead we're using another Laravel database sugar method, which is we use our nice action we fetched here, and remember we got our relation here, our logged actions. We just write this here, logged actions, the method we specified, so our relation. So up until now we're getting the relation, and then we can execute save, but we will pass an argument to save, and you probably guessed it, the argument will be our log entry here. Now for all of this to work, we first have to run our migration, because up until now we got no log table in the database. And then we can go here, load, click read, I greet you, I hug you. So all very nice, but obviously we have the problem that we're not seeing that our log entries are written to the database. So let's create a little output here in our home controller. Let's fetch all our logged actions as well. So logged actions is just our nice action log, and then get all. And we'll also pass this as a variable to our view. So logged actions will be mapped to logged actions. And in our home view, by the way, we can get rid of these views here. Let's just do it when I see it. In our home view, below our form, let's add some line breaks. And then for the moment, just add an unordered list here, where we then loop through all our logged actions as logged action, and for each, and we just want to output them here. So only output logged action. And now beware, logged action is not the entry we're looking for, because this is in the table here. Yeah, we have the logs, but we want to output the names of the actions which are in a different table. Fortunately, we can access this table by writing, looking back to our relation here, nice actions is the name of our relation. So nice actions. Now important that you don't use the parentheses here. We're using it as if it were a property of a logged action object, and then name. And I just recognized we have to change something here. We should rename this to nice action, because it's really only one we're finding per logged action entry. Save this, and if we go now back and refresh, well, we get our log here. As you can see, it grows if we add items. So now we learned how to set up relations and how to insert data in related models or database tables. And that's really a lot we've covered as of now. See you in the next video.